Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for Wednesday, January 6, 2016, around 7:21 in the morning. And this is the second video blog of the day. Don't have too much news because I reported it a few minutes ago, but there was a couple of good things that happened today in history. 41 years ago today, the classic TV game show Wheel of Fortune, hosted by Chuck Woolery, made its debut on NBC. This was the start of America's Game. It was a big hit on NBC for years, and Chuck Woolery hosted for 7 years. Eventually, it was hosted by Pat Sajak, and it's still on today in syndication. I'll probably be doing a video blog on Wheel of Fortune sometime in the near future. And 30 years ago today, the classic Goodson-Todman game show Card Sharks made a revival on CBS, hosted by Bob Eubanks. It had about a 3.25 year run, and its reruns of Card Sharks, Bob Eubanks' version, are on GSM, but there's been rumors it's going to go to Buzzer sometimes in the near future. This was a decent revival, but they didn't have an opening poem like they did on the Jim Perry version of Card Sharks on NBC. And here's a poem I have for Card Sharks. I made this one up. The queens are pretty ladies. The kings are handsome men. But if you get 7, 8, or 9, they are ugly cards on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for the opening poem by Rich Sarasol from Billerica, Massachusetts, watching us on WHDH Channel 7 in Boston. Let's open up the board and get to the cards, okay? And 14 years ago today, Hooter Girl Remy was the 10th Hooter Girl of Boston to weigh on me 10 or more times. She finished with serving me 18 times. And that's about it on some history bits. And now, on to my next video blog is the NFL wildcard predictions and the national championship game for college football between Clemson and Alabama. And there's 4 NFL games this year for this weekend for the playoffs, and 4 teams are on a bye. Having a bye for the AFC is the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. They're seeded number 1 and 2, so they have off this weekend. And in the NFC, the number 1 and 2 seeds, the Carolina Panthers and Arizona Cardinals, have off. And here are the games. The Saturday games are both AFC games. The 4:30 game, which is going to be on ESPN and ABC simulcast because ABC and ESPN are owned by Disney. It's the Kansas City Chiefs against the Houston Texans in Houston, Texas. And calling the game will be Mike Tirico and John Gruden and Lisa Salters. I'm predicting the Kansas City Chiefs are going to blow out the Houston Texans by the score of 35-14. The Kansas City Chiefs are hot, and they are going to continue their hot streak. And the 8 o'clock game on CBS, called by Jim Nantz and Phil Simms and Tracy Wolfson, is the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win this game. It's going to be like a tough game, but I think they're going to squeak one out 24-21. The Steelers and the Bengals are rivals of the AFC North, so this is going to be like a bloodbath. But the Cincinnati Bengals have not won a playoff game in over 25 years. The last time they won it was back in 1990. Day. That's a long time ago. And the Sunday games, both are NFC games. 1 o'clock game on NBC. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya, and Bob Costas will be there. It will be the Seattle Seahawks against the Minnesota Vikings. And it's supposed to be very, very, very cold in Minnesota because they're playing at TCF Stadium. Even though the Seahawks are the two-time NFC defending champions, it's going to be a real tough game because it's going to be very bitter cold, that's going to be the advantage of the Vikings. The Vikings have surprised a lot of people this year, and I think they're going to beat the Seahawks by the score of 17-10. It's not going to be a high-scoring game, I can tell you that, but I think the Vikings are going to end the Seahawks' run as NFC champions. And at the 4:40 game on Fox, called by Joe Buck and Troy Aikman and Ellen Andrews, it's going to be the Green Bay Packers against the Washington Redskins. And I think the Redskins are going to beat the Packers by the score of 28-10. It seems like the Packers are struggling this year and stuff. It doesn't seem like Aaron Rodgers is, he's having a decent season, but I don't think they got what it takes to advance and stuff. And I think Kirk Cousins is becoming a great quarterback, in my humble opinion, and stuff. I think he was better than RG3, which RG3 is not going to be playing for the Redskins anymore. And Monday is the national championship game for college football on ESPN, and it's going to be the number 2 Alabama Crimson Tigers against the number 1 Clemson Tigers. I think the Clemson Tigers are going to beat Alabama by the score of 38-14, and they'll be the 2015 national champions of college football. And that's about it on that. Be back Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter with the results of the 2016 Baseball Hall of Fame and who's going to get voted in. Tell you the analyst about that. And the fourth and final video blog of the night will be about Don Criqui, legendary sports announcer. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Button guy. Molly Rosenblatt of WCCO rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart, so stunning, and she's a cute leggy blonde. Barbara Gibbs of ABC 11 in Raleigh, North Carolina, has a sweet southern accent. Julie Trammell rocks. And Julie Donaldson rocks as well. And in the words of Dee Patel last week, don't forget Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. If you want a plug or a shout out of any blog ideas, send it to me, private message me, and it will be considered. And it will happen. Goodbye. See you later.